Hey, it's another Mrs. Madsen video. Today we are going to learn something that you will definitely use as an adult. So keep listening if you want to be successful as an adult. You are going to learn how to write checks. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to say, I can write checks. So yesterday we talked about how to keep track of the money you get when you have a checking account. And one of the ways that you can use money is from a checking account is by using a check. So what is a check? You've seen these before and it has all this writing and numbers and lines and everything. What are they and why do we need them? Well, checks are a good way to send and receive money in certain instances. For example, how safe would it be to have a whole chunk of money and send it in the mail? Ooh, it gets a little iffy, right? Numerous things could happen. It could get stolen. It could get really expensive. If it's a lot of money and it weighs a lot, you have to pay letters by weight. So if it's super heavy, it's going to cost a lot of money. And if you lose it, there's no way of proving that you lost it, and there's no way of getting that money back. So that is where checks come in handy. They're also really good for paying bills and sending money like sending gifts instead of sending cash. You could send a check. So checks are very useful. Let's talk about all the things that a check has. So what you will see is you will have, if they are your checks, you're going to have your name in the top left corner with your address and often your phone number. Okay, another thing you will see is wow, the date when you write your check. And every check has a number. That is the check number, and that's kind of how you can keep track of which check went where, is by this little number. And fun fact, that number lines up with, there's numbers on the bottom that look really business and professional like. One of those numbers is the check number. Okay, then you will have, it says paid to the order of. That's just a fancy way of saying this money is going to. All right, so this money is going to the electric company. I have to pay my electricity so that I can have lights and a fridge and a microwave, right? So I have to pay the electric company every month for that. So I'm paying them. And then over here we have the amount that I am paying them. Now you're going to see that amount two places on a check. You're going to see it in number form right here, and you're going to see it in word form right there. That's for the bank to make sure that you are absolutely certain on the amount of money that you want the bank to take out of your account and put and give to the electric company. So it's kind of a way of double checking your work, basically. Okay. Down here, you're going to see a memo. Sometimes it says memo, sometimes it says for. Basically, this is just your way of reminding yourself what this is for. Well, this is for my electric bill. Okay. And one of the funnest things is this is blank and it's not worth anything until you sign your name, sign your signature. Most signatures are cursive, but your signature is your signature. And it usually has at least part of your first name and part of your last name and maybe your middle initial. My signature on my checks looks like this. So it's got all of my last name, a little bit of my first name, and it's something that I do the exact same way every single time I write a check. That way, if a check comes to my bank and it's written like this, something way different, my bank can be like, hold up, this was not written by Jessica Madsen, was it? And they can kind of question and dig into it and make sure that there is not some fraud or some illegal business going on with my checks. Okay. Finally, what you'll see is this number right here is called your routing number. And it's just a number that every bank has their own number. And that is what goes right here. So Cache Valley Bank has their own number. American First Credit Union has their own number. Every bank has their own number. It's kind of like the bank's address. And then the last number right here is your checking account. And that is specific to you. That is your special account number. And so this whole number down here, when the electric company takes this to the bank to get it cashed, the bank knows what bank to go to get the money and what account to get that money from. So that is all the things you need for a check. Let's practice. Let's practice being an adult. All right, so we have got a cell phone bill, and it's for Horizon Wireless, and your cell phone bill is $99.32. So let's fill this out. It is August 23rd. So there's two ways you could write it. You could write it 8/23/24, okay? Or you could write it out August 23rd, 2024. Either one works, okay? There's not a right or wrong as long as it's the correct date. All right, so it is to Horizon Wireless. So Horizon, this can be in print or cursive, but it does need to be legible so the bank can know who exactly gets the money. Wireless. Okay. Then you're going to put the amount right here. And I just learned something. I learned that when you are writing in the amount, you should go as far to the left of the box as you can. Because if I were to write it like this, someone could steal my check or could get their hands on my check in some way, and they could come and they could go whoop, and now that check is $199.32 instead of just $99.32. So make sure you put it all the way to the left. That's also why you have this area right here to write that amount. Okay, so if my check got stolen and someone tried to get $100 out of it, my bank could read this and be like, that's not $199. That says 99. And most of the time it will say dollars right here. So you don't have to write $99, but you'll write 99. And this is the fun part with the cents. So this 32 cents, you need 100 cents to make a dollar, right? So it's basically 32 out of $100. And then I always do a little squiggly line after that so that, again, someone can't come take my check and write in more money. Okay, so then this was for my cell phone bill. So I'll write cell phone. And then this will not get cashed until it has that very important signature, your signature. You're giving them permission to take this money. So you're going to sign your name however you sign it. And then you are done. You can give that to Horizon Wireless, mail it to them, and they will take it to the bank and they will cash it, and $99.32 will be withdrawn from your account. Okay, that is your first check you've ever written. Let's do another one. You are an adult, you have your own car. That's so cool. So you have to pay for your car. Now you're paying a bank, and you might think, why am I paying the bank for a car? Shouldn't I be paying the car dealership? Well, when you go to buy a car, you often don't have all of the whole money you need for that car, because cars are like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, right? They're thousands of dollars. And so what you'll often do is you'll get a loan from a bank. The bank, what that means is the bank will pay for the whole entire car, however $10,000 worth it is. They will give that money to the car dealership. And now the car dealership is happy because they've got their money. But now instead of going to the car dealership to pay for your car, you're going to the bank to pay for your car. So that's what a car payment is. It's you're giving money to the bank every month until you've paid that whole $10,000 that the car was worth. So that's what happened. We have a car payment. We're going to pay the bank. So here we go. It is to the order of American Bank, Today's date is August 27th. It is for $248.63. We're going to write all of that out. 248, and do you remember how to do the pennies? And 63/100ths of a dollar. That was for my car payment. And finally, my signature. Okay, take that into the bank, and you have got your car payment made. You are that much closer to paying off your loan and owning the car completely. Okay, all right, what do we got next? It is time to pay the electric bill. Write a check to USA Power for $174.88. Okay, if you feel like you've got it, go for it. Pause this and see if you can write your own check. It is September 2nd. It goes to USA Power. Do you notice that the check number has changed? It's now 003, 003, and the one before was 002, 002. It's because every check gets their own number. All right, so USA Power is $174.88. 174 and 88/100ths of a dollar. Sign your name, and if you'd like to write electric bill. This for part right here is optional. If you leave it blank, the check will still get cashed, but it's often good for you to remember what actually you used it for. So everything else is completely, you have to have. It will not be cashed unless you have the date, who it's for, both money amounts, and your signature. Okay, last one. The cable bill is due. Lightning cable needs $64.92. It is September 5th. Okay, 64 and 92. Oops, 90. Oh, let's make it look like a 92 so the bank knows how much to take out. 92/100ths. Okay, you'll see that I've been doing it in cursive. That seems to be what you'll see, but that does not have to be that way. It just kind of looks more professional if you do it in cursive. That is for the cable bill. And you have now written 4 checks. Wow, you are looking so grown up and mature. I hope you feel really good about yourself because that's amazing that you can do that. Good job, guys. See you later.